tying us into X-Men, letting us know this isn't a complete reboot. A lot of the scene is shot for shot the same as the opening to the original.
I'll make you a hot chocolate. Who are you?
Superior intellect. As soon as Raven opens her mouth, Charles knows it's not his mother.
Take whatever you want. We've got lots of food, you don't have to steal.
Taking in stray ravens. These cuts back and forth from Charles to Eric set the stage for two opposing personalities, with what couldn't be more different childhoods as far as origins go. Both their ultimate arcs can be traced back to their upbringings. It gets about as literal as can be, with Eric being knocked unconscious in the mud while Charles is startled awake in his warm bed. Shaw starts with a proverbial carrot or chocolate to get Eric to use his powers, then the camera flips around revealing who Shaw really is for the Nazis, showing the experimentation torture room, and ultimately using the proverbial stick.
Ja, wunderbar.
Kevin Bacon plays Shaw with this older-than-time attitude about everything. He's not a Nazi, he doesn't really care about their agenda, or any of the soldiers. And a little defense of why Eric doesn't just kill him here. We're led to believe that Eric doesn't really have control of his powers, he's just lashing out and things are happening. These poor guys just happen to be wearing metal helmets. Shaw may not be wearing any metal at all, and it's also easy to believe that he can absorb any of Eric's effects. This is one of the best character-villain intros ever. Motivations for everything Magneto becomes are packed neatly into a handful of minutes. And Henry Jackman, you genius, you, I should have known it was you, Frankenstein's monster, which leads into the heavier Magneto theme, is outstanding. Coin slot shadowing? Another reversal involving Shaw from nice guy who offers chocolate to Nazi psycho to guy who associates with mutants to super duper powerful mutant himself. Also, that's just awesome. Seriously, it might be confusing when 007 refuses to manipulate metal, but this is basically his audition to be Bond. Even at their initial meeting, Eric arrives with a knife and stubborn, unwavering vengeance in his heart, while Charles has the Coast Guard and nothing but hopeful optimism about his brave new world of mutants, already perceiving Eric's obsession, and it will destroy him.
You have to let it go! I thought I was alone. Eric, you're not alone.
And so begins a beautiful love story. I mean, really, they do become enemies, but the mutual love and respect these two carry for each other is as evident as can be.
You're amazing.
I bet Hank is happy there's no rain going up his nose.
That you are the most exquisite thing I've ever seen in my life.
Compliments.
And if this needs ice, fetch me some.
But just in case you were starting to like Shaw, stop doing that. But of course Betty Draper just takes it in stride.
Charles is fine with the CIA being involved. Isn't that right?
No, I'm sorry, but I'm with Eric.
You can't fault Charles for trying. His strength of character is exposed in that one act. A man that can read your thoughts, knowing what he knows about Eric, and he's still willing to trust him and let him, the way he did Raven as a child.
Are you sure we can't shave your head? Don't touch my hair.
Something tells me you might have to let that go. Mini Storm, Mini Cyclops? Is that Superman? Awesome showcase of Eric's powers. They really don't shy away from giving him some all-powerful moments, and that dude can run. Yep.
Remember, the point between rage and serenity.
Not to say that this isn't an amazing scene, because it is epic. Saving your friend, and then saving your friend. Azazel is sort of in the background of this film, but that's saying something since his teleportation looks amazing, and he probably has the highest death count. Brutal scene, so much going on too. It's Eric's first real-time failing Charles. Eric knows that Charles knows that the lesser of two evils between letting Eric kill Shaw or letting Shaw go and risking nuclear war is no contest, and Eric pushes the coin through Shaw's head knowing that Charles will feel it. Rough stuff.
Agent on that beach. One agent. She's a good agent. She's collateral damage.
At least your son will carry on your jerkiness.
Just following orders.
I've been at the mercy of men just following orders. Never again.
Again, solid motivations for a character. Gut-wrenching but still beautifully framed and shot scene.
She didn't do this, Eric. You did.
And in a very non-romantic version of Romeo and Juliet, Charles and Eric find that they were doomed from the start in an extremely heartbreaking scene. Charles will always want to coexist with humans, and partially because of his privileged upbringing will give them chance after chance, and because of Eric's time under the Nazis, and Shaw believes they'll always bomb the beach-the-human-mutant conflict has always been one of the central themes in the X-Men franchise. While other X-Men movies have dealt with bigotry and prejudice, none have come so close to the palpable atmosphere of First Class, taking place right smack dab in the middle of the civil rights movement. The human response to mutants as well as the constant gender inequality reminders make the story feel right at home. It gives the conflict a more mature feel. And going along with more adult-feeling themes, the violence has been increased a bit. I'm not saying that ultra-violence is necessary to make a film more mature, but it does draw a bit of a line in the sand. Even 30 minutes into the film, and we'd already seen Eric's mother murdered, 2 soldiers' heads crushed, this guy's tooth ripped out, and then these 2 guys get stabbed, shot, stabbed again, and murdered. Granted, most of them were bad guys, but it gives the whole film a no one is safe feeling, even if we already know quite a few of the characters make it to the future. And although not that gory, Shaw's death is pretty gruesome. While a lot of this film was people sitting and talking in a totally character-developing, story-driving way, I might add. Action and fight scenes, and as serious as everyone took themselves, quite a few of them got some witty lines out too.
I trust you. I'm touched. I don't trust him.
Say nothing.
The best thing this film did was pick up the pieces after the poorly received X3 and Origins Wolverine. New cast can always be scary, especially when you're not sure if it's a reckon, a reboot, or a straight prequel. But they did a great job of honoring the past. The one thing I never understood is why Xavier never takes his show on the road. They could make a killing doing magic. I guarantee he could make David Copperfield's Statue of Liberty trick look like a joke.
Tiny bit sexier.